Welcome back to BDDE, where we like to waste money and have fun. Yeah, figured it's time to open another box because I got to open at least a box a week to feel good inside. That's how it is. Otherwise, I start to feel all strange and weird. So let us switch to the overhead and just get on with this today, eh? All right, we have Outsiders. That's why we've got our Outsider playmat out for this exact reason. But before we jump into the box, I decided to buy 4 packs of this when I went and sorted stuff out. So let's have a look. Did we get anything good? Did we get a cold foil? It's 2 in a row, the same rare. I'm basically only going to keep the rainbow foil from that. The rest are just regular rares, and I still like the set. I still love the idea of Angels and Demons. I can't wait to have more light and dark stuff, to be quite honest. No Marvel Angel in that pack. Take our rainbow foils. No Majestic either. So this is just going to go into a box of extra cardboard that will never get seen again. We have a tribute to the Legion of the Doom. Doom, I say, Doom. Last extra pack, shall we? No Angel, sadly. Nope, nothing of interest. Nothing to see here, folks. Moving along, I'll just chuck them into the rainbow file packet. Just had them on hand, so I was like, I gotta open them. Might as well do it now. I have decided I'm going to rearrange the background and all where everything is to make it look nicer. I don't know how it's all going to fit together because, you know, same stuff, same place kind of thing. Let's get into this. Now, this one is all over the place, so sorry, water's no good. Now, if we remember, for those that you weren't around that didn't open Outsiders, remember that anytime there was a cold form, there was a crack bubble. What you could see the back of a typical back of a fab card. So it'd look like that in the back of the pack. If you open, and you could tell that you had the cold foil straight away. There was a way to potentially see through these tiny itty bitty dots, but to be quite honest, shining a light and dealing with it is way too much effort. To go through and be really dodgy, but see, not a cold foil. Not me cold foil. Always some good cards. It was a fun set. The only problem, because I like the theme of it being very grim and darkish. The only downside, of course, it didn't seem to have as much flavor as a lot of other people liked it. But you know, it was very grim, very dark. You know, like this guy's got a cybernetic arm. Yelled Riptide. So I shouldn't have it on his face. You want to see his face, don't you, ladies and gentlemen? You know you do. Obviously, the reason I'm opening this in particular... we got a legendary early! It's a rainbow foil only, but that's something at least we got in the box. That's good. Put the rares aside, actually, I think. We didn't actually open that much. Alright, so that's not a bad thing. It's not the best card. It's probably worth 2 fists of fuck all for memory. Because no one plays it. Because it's a once per turn reaction. It's armed and it's a once per turn reaction. Pay 1. The next preventable effect that prevented damage this turn prevents 1 less than that damage. When this defends, you may pay 1. If you do, it gains +1 and blade break. So you can block 1 and then use it to prevent. Do some anti-prevention, so it's sort of a little bit of each, but didn't really do enough. And there's not enough where decks are just prevention damage, not blocking. If all decks were just prevention, ward, and you needed to punch through to get an on-hit effect, this could be the answer, but it's just so many better things, and people haven't yet made it a mainstream of any deck that I know of. We have Spike, Toxicity. There's Yell Man Riptide. The reason why is because obviously what is it? Codex of Frailty is spiked quite heavily because of speculation of the next set, and there are some already currently, like as what was it? Azalea uses it, and the assassin chick from this one, I can't remember her name. One set, Wither, Blood Rots. Don't care about those. Yep, no cold foil here yet. Yeah, but it was Ninja, Assassin, and Ranger, so it was quite an interesting set in that sense. Touch, Death Touch is always a good card. Hey, Premeditate, Azalea, one of Azalea's preferred cards of choice. So that's not too bad of a hit. Feisty Locals, pretty meh card. Let's see if we can find more backstabbing. Notch and Destructive Deliberation. I got so many of those in the Rainbow Full. It's not funny. It's really bad. It's not good. Should have drunk more alcohol before coming on to this video. I could be just rambling with absolute ferocity. Infectious Shot. That's a must-have for Azalea at the moment. She loves it as an adult. Help, help, I need an adult, says the young hero. And there you go. Just making stuff up. Humble, I always considered a good card, because it gets rid of the hero's ability, and it comes for 6 for 2. Only downside, it only blocks 2. But, you can be humbled, you can wreak havoc, and looking for some scrap. Look for scrap, found none. Ground Touch. We have Haul, we have a Trip, and we have a recall for the Rainbow Foily Blue. Get rid of those tokens. It's taken a while because I can't figure out what a token is, apparently. Again, no cold foil. We knew it wasn't. When we find it, we're going to put it aside like we did when we first opened the set. Boring. Humble. Lace. And a Skybound Shot. Don't think anyone uses that. I think there's better choices. No cold foil again. We keep saying it until we find it. I'm going to be annoyed, but that's just life. Like, looking for the scraps. Fletch with yellow and a Falcon Winds. One of the few arrows that actually has native go again. Still no. Death Touch. Yellows are alright. Red is obviously better. Knives Out. Your daggers gain +1 this turn. I don't think anyone really plays it, but maybe they will. And a Razor's Edge. Target attack card gains stealth. And with stealth gains +3. So, no one really plays that because you have to wait for a card that has stealth. There aren't enough cards with stealth and Blitz and Classic. I mean, there is, but you get nowhere with it in my eyes. It's not consistent enough, and you want other cards in there, so that if you draw that along with the other thing, it's just a pitch card, and who wants that, right? Lace with Bloodrot, Backstab, and Fletch with Yellowtail. So, I went and did a pro quest thing. the other day, all the way down in Moss Vale, was it? Hold up, I gotta open up a thing. Let me see, Gmail. No. Oh, should just better find it in my regular emails. Inbox. Sorry, guys. So it's in games, but I'm trying to think, where are they again? Oh, yeah, no, Moss Vale's correct. I was right. Good. I was right. So in games, Moss Vale, I did alright. I lost my first one. Unfortunately, came up against a fellow Shire player, and so that was down to the wire. Neither of us really had another Razor's Edge. And it was just, I think my deck ran out of steam. Because I did a lot of damage to him early on, ran out of steam, and then he managed to find his Remembrance in time to get his, because all 3 codexes were gone. Managed to get through those, and then he's pulled the Remembrance and put all 3 back in his deck, and he's drew them pretty quickly after that. Backstab. Codex of Inertia. I don't really want the Inertia. I want the Codex of... but still, we'll take it. Codex of Frailty, I think it was, from memory. No one cares, because you can get it in cold foil. But still, it's another Codex. We can't find this cold foil quickly, can we, ladies and gentlemen? But there's guaranteed one in there, in my eyes. Junk. Get rid of those 2. Infectious Shot. Recoil. Wrinkly Shot. Sorry, Withering Shot. I'm thinking it's wrinkles. Anyway, yeah, so second round, came up against an Azalea. He was not that experienced, and I absolutely took a commanding lead. I still hadn't been hurt, and I got him down to 20 life. He just, and then I'm like, oh yeah, he still got a couple of cards up, a couple of shots, but like I put him in a position where I was putting too many questions that he could not answer down, and he's just sadly couldn't keep up with it. But he hadn't played for a while, so I'm not going to hold that against him too much. Sedate. The next one was a Katsu. He did take a fair bit of time. We went to time, and it was a draw because I wouldn't concede, and he refused to concede because he had me at Kodachi lock. And I say that in quotes because as far as I'm concerned, he didn't. Yes, I was on 1 life. But here's the thing. I had a CNC on the table and a pummel. Yes, he threw his hand in there, but that's also because the judge decided to interrupt us and go, oh, you can have a conversation about someone conceding at this point. And I'm like, no, I think I can win. So I think that telegraphed to him what was going on. Because at that point, on the next turn, unless he on his first turn he drew a blue, from then onwards, I would have 3 to 4 cards in my hand because you'd only throw 1 attack at me. I'd have 3 or 4 cards constantly slamming him with threatening a pummel. So I'd be able to attack with 1 card that costs 3 to 4, and I would then have enough resources with 2 other cards to because they're all blues at this point basically to threaten the pummel. And as soon as he doesn't fully block, all of his cards are fully blocked, I'll pummel over the top. So as far as I'm concerned, I was actually going to win that game. He thought otherwise, and that's fine. I'm not bemoaning his opinion on that. Widowmaker is the foil. I don't really bemoan him. I just had a different opinion on that. And he took an inordinate amount of time thinking about things. I think the judge thought I was the slow player because one of my other games went a bit slow. But I actually played pretty quickly, so and quite reasonably. Not the fastest, not the slowest either. But it is Guardian. I'm playing Victor, so he does, you don't just go attack and just win. Like a lot of decks at the moment are a lot slower than people would like them to be, but that's just the current format. Hurl, Infectious Shot, and a Widowmaker for the Rainbow Foil again. Man, maybe I did put the cold foil at the bottom. Because that's not the cold foil. Next one, I came up. I can't remember who I versed. What deck I versed. Oh, I had Bravo. Went to Bravo. The guy had 1,000,000 life gain. Oh my god, getting through so much, and then he just still had enough to clap back bit by bit. Pendulum's Trap. Rainbow Foil. He had enough to clap back, and being able to clap back while gaining all the life, because his life total was way, way below the actual number that I'd already done. So I'd already done more damage than he had health. Little old sneak attack. We have Collapsing Trap. We don't have a lot of Majestic. Withering Shot. Still no. Cold Foil. So I lost to that one. That's fine. Then I came against Bravo again. I decided this time I would sideboard properly. I put in my go-agains. So Zealous Beltings. And that's our Cold Foil. So you stay there. The Zealous Belting, and was able to go wide enough with that and Enlightened Strike. So it'd be Enlightened Strike and even the Hammer. That's two strikes. And he has just a lot of go tall block, so if he doesn't have a lot of cards on hand and he can just pay the staunch responses, I get damage. I get chip damage. And that's all you need at that point. Bonds of Eternity, Peace of Mind. Yeah. Well, we found it on the third last pack, so it's not too much blue balls for you guys. Not caused by me, anyway. Toxicity. Recall. Oh, Dishonor and Rainbow Foil. It's actually the first Rainbow Foil Majestic we got. But I suppose the Legendary counts as the other potential Rainbow Foil. But I think I already have a full playset of Rainbow Foil Dishonor. I have gotten someone dishonored once. It's pretty cool to dishonor somebody. But the guy that played the ninja, he was a nice guy and all. No qualms. It's just different opinions on how the game would have played out. Played well, played fast, played hard. We all did. Just both of our decks are. He had to try and, do what he could. Hurl. Swing. Sedation Shot. And we got a Womp Womp Toxic Tip. All that excitement for no big payoff. Hey, we got a Legendary, and we got a Premeditate. That's alright. We'll add it to the pile of cards that I've got to eventually sell. That will not sell. But that's okay. That's just how it is. So quick review for those who decided to just click to the end of the video. I will do a review for this one. Collapsing Trap, Codex of Inertia. We have Knives Out. We have a Premeditate. We have a Vambrace of Determination. That's the preventions. We have a Dishonor in Rainbow Foil. And we have a Toxic Tips. Nice. Cold Foil. Alright. Just quickly, the last match I had was also against another Bravo. The Bravo, as I said, I was able to win. Sorry, I did mention it, yeah. So I went 2-1-2. Not, if I'd gone 3-2, I could have gotten to top 8 because no one went undefeated. Apparently, everyone had at least one loss. It was quite interesting that. So it showed that there was a good spread in the metas in a good place, especially in the local community. So hopefully see you guys out and about playing games, and tell me what you guys did and what you played for the pro so far, the pro quest so far, and tell me what if you did well or not, or did you just go there and have a good time and make other people happy, because that's ultimately what I did. It was a good trip down. It wasn't bad an hour. It was an hour and a half to get down, kind of thing. So it's not like I can go there regularly. Anyway, that's all the time we got for on this particular episode of BDDE, and we'll catch you all next time. Bye.